Hello everybody, welcome back to the Long Dark and our 1000 day survivor attempt in Voyageur mode. I'm the Gazbeard, and today we've got a few tasks to do. Now I've made a list of tasks that, having prepared the earlier videos, I've noticed that we've either missed or that we need to revisit. Today's task is going to be explained once we step outside the house. If you remember last episode, we discovered a whole new area of the map that I'd never been to before, so we're going to have a look at that. There's a couple of points up there that I really want to check out. Now, don't forget, when you're watching these videos, please leave any questions that you may have about why I'm doing things or why didn't I do things in the comments, and I'll respond to them. Also, any comments about other things that you think maybe I could have done something better, then please post those as well. Help other watchers to learn more about the game. So, this is episode 13, and the first 2 weeks of episodes are all being recorded before they're uploaded. So if I'm not responding to comments quickly enough, i.e. let's say you posted a comment or a question on episode 3 or 4 and we're now at episode 13 and it hasn't been answered, that's why. And what I'll be doing is I'll be slowing down the production rate in order to make the responses to comments and questions a bit more current against the episode in which you posted them in the comments. And please be assured, I do read all comments. I'll respond to any in the comments that need responded there, but generally I'll try to answer them in the videos themselves. So please just bear with me while we try and get the release dates and the recording dates synced up so that there's a bit more continuity between them. So we are at Milton House. We're about to head out. So let's get the gun in hand. We've got 3 rounds in the weapon. Are we carrying any spares? I'm not sure. No, we're not. So we've got the 3 rounds in the weapon, and that is it. Let's hope we don't meet a bear or a moose. Where's the door? There's the door. Right, let's get out. It's taking a while to get me out of the house this time. What's going on? There we are. Right. The weather's turned a bit iff. -1. We are a little bit hungry, but we are hydrated. We've got no water on us. Look in the right menu, guys. Right, we have got water on us. We got 1500 calories of cattail stalks and a few other bits and pieces with us. We don't really need to take any meat with us today because of where we're going. And just a reminder, if I use the rifle, up there we fought a wolf, so we harvested him in the last episode. We shot a deer just down here 1 day ago in game, and he ran off that away up the bridge, so we need to try and track him down. Those crows are over the dead human, but look, there's a second set of crows there, which may well be the deer. And I don't know if I can see it from here. Right, the waterfall's behind that rock line there in a gorge, but we saw a rope hanging down from up here somewhere, more or less next to it. So we need to find that and make sure that it links to this map. Let's check there's no wolf on the main street. Second set of crows are over there. Let's go check them out. That might be the deer. Bunnies, you're still safe just now. I've not made any snares, and I'm not going to hunt you with the rifle. But one of the things that we are going to do in a very soon to come episode is we're going to go and make some snares and we'll start hunting bunnies, because we want to collect some rabbit skin pelts for making rabbit skin mittens, which is something else that we have to do at the crafting bench. Now, oh no, it's orchard trees. And here's our deer. And here's some crow feathers. Right. 9.2 kilos. And I'm going to take all of it. I'm going to be greedy. I'm going to take his hide. Take his guts. Use the hunting knife. 3.5 hours. Wow. If we take off the hide and the guts, 2 3/4 hours. Oh dear. That's oh, he's 100% frozen. That's why. Look. So what we need to do, we'll just grab that feather. We need to get a fire going beside him to thaw him out a bit, so that we can harvest him quicker. Let's just grab a bunch of sticks. Should be more. We're going to need about 2 hours worth of fire, I'd guess. Well, we could break this down. It's going to take 5 minutes with the axe by hand, 10 minutes. Quickly break that down. We're only at mid-morning, but there's a risk of a blizzard coming in. That wind is being quite unforgiving. And we don't want to get caught in a long harvesting session in the middle of a wind, especially when the temperature's already below 0. Is there any extra wood over here? There's some feathers. Oh, come on, there's got to be more more wood here. Oh, come on, game, don't do this to me. Here we go. Oh, loads of sticks here. This is great. This should give us enough of a fire to thaw out that carcass, and that'll let us harvest him a lot quicker. So the few minutes that we spent collecting sticks and breaking down that branch will pay dividends, because it'll probably save us a couple of hours. The wind has died away, which is great. So I'm going to set a fire down there. And we'll start it with the magnifying glass, not a match. We're going to save matches. I'm not sure if it does take a little bit longer using the magnifying glass to get the fire started, but I'm hoping it doesn't. It seems to be taking a bit longer. We're just going to have to live with that.
Damn it.
Oh dear. It didn't start. Let's try it again. It's still offering us the magnifying glass. Let's give it another go with that. Come on, light up, light up. We want to thaw this deer out. The fire might not be close enough to...
Didn't that work?
Okay, let's put the fire right next to it. Yeah, it's not gonna... There. And we will use a match this time because we're wasting far too much time.
That didn't work.
I'm guessing the wind is getting in the way. We've got no wind shelter symbol. So let's try getting uphill of him a little bit. Crouch down. I can't put the fire on the slope, it won't let us. Never mind, forget it. We're just going to have to harvest him frozen. And we're just going to have to spend the time. 94% frozen now, not 100%. 3 hours 35 minutes. Let's just go for it.
Horse.
Our character's hungry. And he's going to lose a bit of condition because he's so hungry. So let's just have a look. What have we got to eat? I chuck a pair of them into his belly just to take the condition off. In fact, we're
too heavy.
Throw a third one in. Give him a drink. That'll give him the calories to get this meat back to the house. So, one mission accomplished. We found the deer. Just check there's no extra feathers turned up. Didn't look like it. And I'm still going to collect sticks on the way back. Where is the house? Over there. There's no way we can run away from anything with this weight on us. But that's okay. Now the reason I harvested the whole deer instead of leaving a little bit on him for a feather farm is because I want the deer to respawn. He's a prey animal rather than a predator, and you know, at the end of the day we want as much food as possible turning up. Oh no, we've got wolves up there. Now it may well be that we're not going to get any further than just cooking this guy today. What time of day are we looking at? It's late afternoon. And I'm thinking it's going to be more wood efficient to use the stove. I wanted to do some outside cooking just to get some outside time. But that's not going to happen. Right, we're going to have to make use of this daylight as well. Right, so dropping the deer hides here. Let's just step back so we can see that our positioning is correct. Want to make maximum use of the floor. Oh yeah, right. Oh. We're dropping all the guts around here, aren't we? Well, we're kind of filling up that corner, so let's start a new set of gut curing over here. Okay, why do you do this to me? Doesn't matter which way I stand, it's almost like there's a fixed physics grid for which way the guts are going to drop. Into the kitchen. Let's just put the gun away while we're indoors. Into the kitchen. There's nothing on the cooker. I'm going to take the charcoal first. Put it away. There's a reason I'm going to take the charcoal first. You can't start indoors with a magnifying glass. I meant to drop the meat first. Never mind. There we go. Right, let's add some fuel. Hold on to that small piece for a second. because I want to get this stuff up on the cooker. We're going to have to step forward a bit, aren't we? Right, that needs 1 hour 34, there's 1 hour 32 in the fire. Add one torch, one stick takes it to 1 hour 39. Now we can drop this one to the side. We're not thirsty, but we are hungry. And it's coming up to tea time, so right, we've got an hour and a half until they're cooked. Oh, and we forgot to take these ones outside.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
Right, now I'm going to start a new meat regime. Keep the oldest meat closest to the steps, and then the newest meat works out across there. So I'm going to drop all 3 of those. Step back. Right. That's at 96%. That's at 97%. Right, so let's just heat one of those, get our calories back to a condition. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave that meat cooking. If it finishes cooking before we get back, that's fine, because there's not enough time on the fire for it to burn. And what I'm looking for is that rope. And we hopefully don't need to go down into the gorge to find that rope. Just remember to look around for wolves, because they are known to hang around in it. Oh. They are known to hang around in this area. I don't see that rope up there at all. We may well have to go into the gorge. Damn it. Yeah, this is the way down. Now, I have a feeling that the rope comes down there, because when we were up in that clearing we could hear the waterfall just to the right of the rope itself. So that's... and of course, when we were in here the other night we didn't have a look for it. In the words of the prophet, I see no rope. That wind's starting to give it a bit of loudy. That wind is definitely getting loud. I'll tell you what we're going to do, just while we're down here. Let's just get into the shelter of the rocks a minute. A new mechanic for you. Surveying the local area. Getting a picture on the map. There we go. And I think we need to get back to the house. I think this is going to turn into a full blizzard. I'm picking up the sticks as we're going along because That will encourage more to drop. If we don't pick them up, no more drop. And once we pick them up, we can stockpile them in the house. Of course, is the bank that the wolf came up when he attacked me outside the house a couple of nights ago. Easy for him to get up, not so easy for us. Put the weapon away. How are we doing on the fire? Perfect timing, look, 12 minutes on them. So now that we're back, we can pile the fire up for the next batch. We'll just pass time already. Take all 6 off the cooker.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Yeah, you can. Right. That one there. That one there. That one there. A partial one at the back. Take that cooking pot, put it there. Take that cooking pot, put it there. And then we'll do 2 litres. And 2 litres. Fire's got an hour 47. These need an hour 29. I'm going to put another 2 sticks on just to bring it up to 2 hours. That way I know the water will cook. So we got, oh, that one's only got 7 minutes. So what we'll do is we'll pass time till that one's ready. We'll eat that one. It's only a little piece. And then while they're cooking, we'll go and drop these other 6 outside. Keep the gun in the hand because we have been attacked on the doorstep before. And this the new cooking mechanic's great because it allows you to do things like go check that out while you've got things cooking. Previously, you just sounds like they were melting the snow when we dropped them. Previously, you had to stand at the fire until something was cooked. You couldn't do anything else at all while it was cooking. This new system is fantastic. Not only in the case of a cooker that's got 6 cooking plates does it allow you to cook 6 things at once, meaning that you use less fuel. It also means that you can go off and do something else entirely. How long have we got left on these? An hour and 2 minutes. We're probably going to have to add some more sticks. That snow's taking a long time to melt. We'll see how much time it's got left to boil after these meat are cooked. Right, we've got an hour in which we can do stuff. I just want to check if we've got any berries or anything to craft. Yeah, we have. And some old man's beard. Now we need an extra piece of rye sheet to make 2. So 24, 48, 72. So we can make 3 sets of prepared berries from that. I believe we've got some rye sheet stashed in here. Oh, we haven't. Oh dear, well never mind. We'll put one of them back in there. We need 3 at a time for these, so we can actually take them back. We'll put them feathers in the cupboard as well. One of the other things I wanted to do just forgive me being a bit scatterbrained here. We've got so much to catch up on. Right, so one of the things that I'm going to do here is just going to get up on this rock and we'll do a quick survey here because it's a good vantage point. So there's Milton House, saying we've got bunnies and Reichis and a dead dude here, old man's beard here, cars, dead guy down there. By God, that wind's getting bad. So let's just come around here and we'll do a survey here as well. And you see there, it's just added a little bit more around here. We need to do that for the whole map. Right, we need to get back inside. That's turning into a full-blown ice blizzard. Right, so that's cooked, cooked, cooked. It's got 1 hour 13 until boiled. We've got 30 minutes on there, so we need about another 45 minutes, which will be 3 or 4 sticks.
I might have to drop some gear.
You notice I'm not using the main firewood here. Damn, I need another 2 sticks. It's 1 hour and 11. They need 1 hour and 6, 1 hour and 7. Right, so we should be able to leave that. They will boil and cook. And then a minute or 2 later the fire will go out and they won't boil away. So, in terms of our personal hunger, we are hungry, we are thirsty, so let's just eat one of these. Have a drink. Yeah, so that we need to take the water off the cooker once it's ready, and we're going to need one of those pieces of meat for breakfast, but the other one can live outside. Staying outside in the blizzard just preserves its condition a lot longer. We're starting to do quite well. Right, phew, that was, it's quite nasty weather out there. Okay, so we got some light here off this. Let's do some crafting. Want to get these crafted for sure. Oh, let's just look at a mechanic here. 0.872, so 1 berry is 0.01 of a kilo. So a batch of 8 is 0.08 of a kilo. We use 24 to make a batch of prepared rose hips. So that should be 0.24 of a kilo of berries. but when we prepare them, we've got 3 there. They're 0.05. So we save weight by preparing the rose hips for cooking. So let's just get them done. And that's the fire out, so we can't prepare anything else in the dark. We can, however, take that water.
I need to drop something.
And then we'll move the cooking pots back over there. We're not worried about temperature, it's lovely and warm in this house. But what we do want to do is drop a couple of litres of water because of the weight. So if I drop 2 litres here. Sorry you can't see very much on this. I can see, I wouldn't say perfectly well, but I can see quite clearly on screen because of the ambient luminance coming in through the windows. I can make out all the floorboards and everything that's on the floor. However, it's heading for bedtime. Our food factor is fine. We can top up our thirst in a minute, but we need to burn off a bit of energy. I don't want to light the lantern and use the lantern fuel. I don't want to burn the firewood just to do any crafting. So what we're going to do is we're just going to head up to bed. Hope for a better day in the morning for going exploring. This is our bedroom. To reduce that tiredness a bit further, just going to pass a couple of hours. One of the things that allows us to do,
rest soon.
Yeah, one of the things that allows us to do is just have a look at the window, see if the aurora is up. It's not. So now we're in a position to sleep. We need to make sure that we've got enough water in us. And enough food. I'm going to eat 3 of these. Right, that's that done. Push in for a 9-hour sleep. It'll probably give us about 7.5. We'll wake up and the moon will be just above this line here. And we're into coming towards the end of day 15. Remember, our adventure started late afternoon. The sun's up. Hooray! Right, we've still got water and food in us. We can actually sleep for another hour. So what I'm going to do is munch half of that for breakfast. Or just over half. Oops, wrong one. Have a drink. And then I'm going to sleep for another hour to make sure that it's past the coldest part of the dawn. And this is one of the mechanics that you pick up over time. It's not always possible to just read this from the description in the game. Right, so it's a new day. Let's just check. How's our inventory? Carrying 1 litre of water. We're fully hydrated, or nearly fully hydrated. We're just a little bit peckish. We've got enough meat on us. We've got 0.4 of a kilo of meat, which will top us up. We've got some marching rations. We've got a can of drink if we need it. A few cattail sticks. Let's just get the gun out. And what I'm going to be trying to do is trying to keep the episodes down to between 30 and 40 minutes instead of the 50 to 60 minute episodes that I have been running, because I think you guys will find it easier. Right, now I said we got a number of jobs to do, and over the next few episodes we're going to do them. We need to go up there and map all of that area up there. We need to find that rope, which I think we're going to have to climb over that log pile there and go along that cliff face there, between the cliff face and these rocks that run along the back of the house, to see if we can find that rope. We've got to go through the village and do a final round of scavenging, picking up anything we missed or couldn't carry earlier. We've got to go away down over yonder to the farm, to the crafting bench, because I don't believe there was one in that house which looked like a workshop, and there's another workshop house. Holy crap, we've got a whole pack of wolves here. You see that? There was at least 3 of them, if not 4. My god, on a day like this they dump a pack of wolves into the town. Now, as I was saying there, we've got to go back through the whole village, and we've got to collect everything that we either missed or could not carry when we first came through the town and did the first scavenging runs. We've got to go, if you imagine that's the front door of the house, we've got to go back over yonder, up that hill at the new patch that we discovered. We've got to map that, we've got to finish exploring it, we've got to figure out where that rope drops down to. We've got to scavenge all the cattails, maybe get another deer kill up there. Got to learn that whole area, figure out where that road goes to that we found. We've got to go up the road, way past the church, all the way up to the other bridge, right at the far end of the map, mapping it out as we go. Everywhere we go, we've got to go mapping. Again, that's the front of the house. We've got to go through the town, out to the garage, pick up the bits we left at the garage. We've got to go on past the garage up to the top of the hill, to where there's a climbing station. We've got to drop provisions there, ready for when we leave Milton. And then down past the farm, way beyond the farm. If you remember, we saw a wolf wandering over the hills at the far side of the farm. We've got to go right through over that hill area to another rope climbing position and pre-provision that, ready for either leaving or coming back into Milton on that route. Because, you know, transiting between maps, quite often when you get into the next map, you've got no provisions left, because the weather is very, very severe in the transition zones. So we've got all that to do. Now we've got a pack of wolves outside the door to deal with, and there is a mechanic in the game which I'm not sure if they've changed or not. Right, we've got 12 rounds there, we've got 3 in the rifle. I'm going to put transfer 2 first, and then I'm going to reload. That gives us 5 in the rifle, and then I'm going to put another 5 in the pack. Right, that's good. Oh, we have got a whetstone. It's only at 50% though. What state is our... Oh, we've got a second hatchet that we should not be carrying. That's one of the reasons we're overweight. Our knife is in decent condition. Our hatchet's not bad. Let's go drop that hatchet. We'll drop the lower condition one. Keep the best condition one for fighting wolves. Of course, we got 2. Hey, that's even better than the one I've got. Pick up that one. Oops. And we'll drop the 2 lowest condition ones. So we'll drop that one first. Where's it gone? There it is. Put that one there. Then we'll drop that one. Right, that gives us an 81% hatchet, 81% sharp hatchet. Fighting wolves. That should be one smack and they run away. Unless it's a real big one that's 5 kilos or more when we harvest him. Now, what we've also got to do is we've got 1 cured deer hide, 2 at 89% cured, 1 at 16% cured. 1, 2. Right, we've got to wait for a wolf pelt to cure, we've got to wait for a deer hide to cure, or 2 deer hides to cure. Those guts are not cured. Those are. All these ones along the wall look to be cured. Yeah. All the rest of them are waiting to cure. Well, there's 4 there that should cure up quite quickly. 41%, 41%, 31, 17, right. Because we've got to take this scrap metal and a toolkit and some cured guts down to the workbench so that we can make fishing gear, fishing line and fishing hooks, assemble those into fishing kits, and then use the fishing kits to as sewing kits to repair clothes. There's no fishing on this map, so we don't need them for fishing. Depending which route we exit Milton, the next, not just the transition zones, but the next map may or may not have fishing. There's only one map that we can get to from Milton that does have fishing, that's Mystery Lake. So we don't need the fishing kit for fishing, we need it for repairing clothes. We've also got to take these birch saplings down to the workbench and convert them into arrow shafts. We're gathering feathers in the cupboard, we'll put the arrow shafts in there when we're done. But then we've got to go to the map that's got no fishing in order to get to the forge to make arrowheads, so that we can then put the 3 pieces together, the feathers, the arrowhead and the shafts, to make arrows. These maple saplings, once they're cured, we take them down to the workbench with some guts and we can make bows. So we will have bows but no complete arrows. We need another rabbit pelt, and then we can make rabbit skin mitts. Not that we're urgently needing those right now, because we've got plenty of manufactured clothes. These boots we've got to harvest up to get leather and then repair the pairs that we're going to be keeping. There's lots and lots of stuff to do. We've also got to do a lot more stuff outside, or we're going to run a risk of getting cabin fever. So let's just see if those wolves are still there. That's why I was talking and yakking on so much there. I was waiting for the wolves to move on. I don't see them obviously from here. I see you. Now, in theory, they will not come onto the porch, but we can shoot them from the porch. That was a big one. He's caused us a blood loss and a sprained wrist, so we need to quickly get a bandage on that blood loss. Oh, we're carrying 2 bottles of antiseptic. Let's use them up. And we've got a sprained wrist, so we need to use a painkiller. Check any further afflictions. No. 69% condition. I don't know if that's the one that we just fought or not. There's a pack of them down there, look. We hit that one. And he's off running for the river. Looks like his mate went with him. So that'll be 2 wolves to harvest in the morning, once the crows have located them. What time of day is it? It's not even midday. It might even be today that we'd have to locate. That's the one we just shot, look. I don't know if you saw him running across the hill over there, coming back towards the town. Now, they often have a habit of running back to where they took the injury and then dying there. So there's a possibility that the wolf we just fought might be parked right there on the doorstep when he dies. Now, is that the one we shot, or is that another one? That's another one. I don't think I hit him. I'm willing to use 5 rounds of ammo to kill all of these off, because that'll give us a week free of wolves. That's one that we've already fought. That might be the one we fought on the doorstep coming back here to die. I don't want to put a bullet in him. We don't have a bow and arrow to do it. Let's just keep an eye on him. He's probably going to keel over behind that house. We're out of the wind. You see the symbol at the top of the screen next to where the crows are flying around? That shield symbol with a swirl in it. That's telling us that we're sheltered from the wind. Right, where are you off to die? He's going off behind that rock to die. If he's going to keel over shortly, we might go and harvest him. Do some outdoor cooking. There he is. I'm not sure if I hit him. I might have. Two rounds in the gun. Where's he gone? Where's he gone? Bunnies are running around over there, which means the wolf died behind that house. One of them died behind that house. But where did the other two go? Now there's one that we definitely hit with the gun. We hit him over there and he went that way. I'm not sure if that's the one that came back behind that house or not. There's also the one that we fought with the axe. What I want to do is I want to go and get that one harvested. Is that one lying down there? No. We can afford one more fight with a wolf and then we're going to have to take cover. Around here we should have a dead wolf. Where is he, bunnies? Where did he go? He's definitely being tricksy. And he was definitely dying. If you noticed how slow he was moving. I don't think we've hit that one yet. He was over towards the water tower, wasn't he? Let's get some height. Oh, come on, get up there. We're shaking too much. Not convinced that hit him. It may have, but what it will let me do is go and steal his rabbit. No, he's walking too fast for that to have hit him. I've just heard a dog die over here. We may have to wait for the crows to find them. That didn't scare him off. Any further infections? No. Now I've just seen the dog run round the back of the house over there. There he is. No weapons in, so, no rounds in the weapons, so reload it with those extra 5 that we brought. I would actually have preferred to have dropped them just using 3 rounds, or 2 rounds after I was forced to hand fight that one wolf. Oh, that's all 3 of them injured now, and they will die. How are we doing for hypothermia? It's midday, our condition is low, we're not going to be able to go very far today. I mean, you know, we've had 2 wolf wrestlings. So where did that wolf go that came around here? He's not there. I'm going to pick these sticks up and then go back and drop them off. He's definitely not round here, is he? Gonna have to wait for the wind to drop and the crows to find them all. Unless we stumble into him as we head back towards the house. He might be on the road. So realistically, apart from harvesting that deer that we shot the other day, we've not been able to get any of our objectives done today. Combination, in this episode rather, combination of harvesting and cooking a frozen deer and fighting a wolf pack, and I've just heard a wolf die off to my right as I came in the door. So we may well indeed be able to go and harvest one. Drop all those sticks. Carrying way too many of this. But it's not that heavy though. Right, let's harvest that bunny. 1.1 kilos of meat, 1 hide, 1 guts. Use the knife. Excellent. Let's eat that piece of venison. Put some calories back in us. Take a drink. You see how quickly that 4 litres of water has gone down. Yeah, I know we dropped 2 litres on the table, but we've gone from 2 and a bit litres down to half a litre in less than a day. Right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the bunny meat here. We'll see if we can go harvest the dog. I'm going to take a litre of water with us. See if we can find at least one of these wolves to harvest while the carcass is still warm. Temperature. Oh, we've still got a hide, a bunny skin and guts on us. Let's just get rid of that. Get rid of the scent. Yeah, we're dropping the bunnies there. So drop that. Oh, come on. There we are. Right, and we're having to drop guts around here now. We'll drop the bunny gut in front of there. Get them in 3s around that side. And this is definitely running on longer than I wanted it to. We're heading for an hour on this one already. Time of day. late afternoon. Like I said, I heard one of the wolves die over here. Just as we went in the door. If I can't find them on the first sweep, I'm just going to pick up a couple of sticks, take them back, and we'll call it an end. Nah, can't find him. Gonna have to wait for the crows. Crows up there. I wonder if that's one of the ones that we've just shot. Let's just have a quick run, a sprint. Yeah, that's one of the ones that we've just shot. And we've got feathers on him already. Excellent. Three feathers per arrow that you make, so collecting these early and as many as possible is vital. Right, we'll make that 5.5. Oh, done it again. I'll make that 5.5 kilos I take off him. And his hide. And his guts. I'm going to leave the 0.3 kilo on. And we can come back tomorrow and get more feathers from him now that we know where he's at. So that's one of them.
Something's gotta go.
Yeah. We've got two more to collect. And what I'll do is, when we get back to the house, I'll end this episode here. So, while we're marching back, let me just remind you, please, do post any questions or comments in the comments under the video. I do read all of them, and depending on where it's best to answer them, I'll either answer them during a video or I'll post directly into the comments. Please do follow the channel, give the video a like, both of which cost you nothing but encourage and help me tremendously. Don't forget also to check out my Twitch stream, both the live stream on weekends and the replays that are available for 2 weeks after each stream. Because every weekend I stream the Long Dark. Facebook and Twitter. I've got Facebook and Twitter accounts which are linked in the video description. Please follow me on there. You'll be able to see a lot more information about both the videos and everything else to do with playing this game. Also, you'll find linked in... Where am I? I'm wanting to go drop the hide. There we are. Also, you'll find linked in the video description a link to Humble Bundle and the ability to buy the game on Humble Bundle. A portion of your purchase price goes to registered charities in your country, not necessarily mine, and also a very small percentage of the sale price comes back to me to help me keep the channel operational. And if you don't want to do it via that way, or you don't want to drop a Twitch subscription or sponsor me on YouTube, then you can always do it through Patreon, if that's your, or Patreon, however you pronounce it, if that's your thing. All of it helps me to keep the channel up and running. Last year I spent the best part of £2,000, well, £2,500 actually, on a new system for recording and streaming games. and my internet connection is not cheap. So any donations or assistance that you can give in that regard does help me. Now I've just got to pop out the house and back in to create a save position. And it's all appreciated, very much so. Right, now immediately after I've created this save and paused this record, I'll be... I thought that was another wolf wandering up there. I'll then be immediately recording episode 14 and then getting the pair of them edited, which will give me all of the videos up until well, for the first 2 weeks of this Voyageur run through, recorded, edited, uploaded, scheduled, and then after that I'll be doing them on a much more short time frame, so maybe only create 1 or 2 videos worth per day, so that I can answer questions much closer to when you ask them in the comments and respond to your comments as well. So with all of that said, I'm going to pause the video here and I'll see you in the next episode. Wherever you are, have a great day, and as always from me, it's bye for now.